Have you ever heard of Clinchport, Virginia? It's a super small town here on the Clinch River in western Virginia. It is so small, it is the smallest town in Virginia. And if you stick around, we'll visit the second smallest town in Virginia, Duffield, only 5 miles away. This is Clinchport, Virginia. Clinchport in the 50s was a town of 360 people, give or take. Now, only 64 people live in the town due to one single event 50 years ago. Almost 50 years ago, 49 years ago, let's say. Clinchport's population was stable, between 250 and about 350 people through its lifetime, from the 1900s till the 1970s. Beautiful location, lovely river running nearby. All this area here on the left was the town. Here we have the town hall. I'm not going to let you not see the town hall of Clinchport. Life was happy, times were good. Everybody was mostly prosperous here, as a small Appalachian town can be. And then in April of 1977, the flood. As you can see, the town is inundated, causing an immediate loss of people. All this area you see here was part of the town. There was commerce, there was buildings. The trailer wasn't there, but you can see these tracks at the height of the flood were flooded, as you can see, so I'd be 10 feet underwater here. All this area is represented in that picture. It was all, we circled around twice just to get an aspect of the whole thing. And these people were just a little bit weird, so I figured I'd give them their privacy here. They're in the process of taking apart a ladder. There's a swinging bridge here in Clinchport. More on that in a little bit here. We're going to take a little drive down the main road, which was, back in the day, I think it was called 2nd Street, 2nd Avenue. I'm not sure if it was 2nd Street or Avenue, one of the two. That was downtown Clinchport. Clinchport. I'm going to make that mistake at least one more time. So you can see the tracks still active with trains. And if you stay around long enough, you'll see where those trains go. The 8th wonder of the world. So if you look closely on the right here, was downtown and neighborhoods. They are long gone. The only thing on that side of the street now is a convenience station. For those of you not used to rural life, convenience stations are where you take your trash. This is our second loop around, where we stopped, went and looked at the bridge. These are maintained by VDOT. They're a lot cheaper to put in than making a full bridge for vehicles. So more of nothing. As you can see, there's a train off in the distance there. Several trains a day, 4 to 8 trains a day, mostly hauling coal cars to the coal yards, the coal fields of West Virginia. So here we're driving through Clinchport. You can see the remnants of houses there, and buildings, and businesses. This is all grown over. It's been a while. It's almost 50 years ago. And there is the boat landing. You can launch your boat into the Clinch River. That first scene on the river was shot down there. And just more and more abandoned land. The people were relocated by the TVA. The TVA controls this river, Tennessee Valley Authority. It was determined that it was not viable to build flood walls or build a dam that would protect the town, and everybody was offered a resettlement, relocation. A lot of people took it up. Almost everybody took it up, I should say. 70-80% of the town did. These were the only buildings spared because they're above the floodplain. I think Clinchport was nothing but a floodplain back in the day. So we're going to say goodbye to Clinchport here. As you can see, Clinchport and Duffield, whatever it is, Duffield's population has gone all over the place. And you can see in 1980, they had 148 people. They peaked there, or spiked there, because of people relocated there for the time being. This is Duffield. This is actually Duffield. Sorry for the quality of the video there, but that is Duffield. This is what shocked me, is when we came through here. I did not know Duffield was so close and that Duffield was the second smallest city because I hadn't done any research on it. I'd only looked at Clinchport, but this is Duffield. What amazes me is what's not in Duffield. This is all the housing, almost all the majority of the housing here. But it's about housing for 60-some people. There's a few houses scattered around on the other side of the highway here, but not much. Now we're going to go to what is not Duffield. There's one signal in Duffield, and we're coming up to it. There's a Hardee's in Duffield, almost a McDonald's in Duffield. McDonald's is just outside of Duffield, as there are a lot of things. So I was trying to figure out where the people come from that are employed in these locations. There's a Family Dollar, Dollar Tree. What the hell? And you can't see it on the left here, but there is a 500,000 square foot Sealy mattress factory here, where they get all the people to run it. You got me. And of course we have the post office. Everybody's got to see the post office. 24, I think it's 644, I forget. So we're going to drive around outer Duffield now. Up on the left here is a regional training center, and I gotta imagine that's for training people to work at the Tempur-Pedic factory. There's all kinds of miscellaneous industry. 70-ish people can't man all these buildings. I'm just perplexed as to, I guess they draw from all over the place, people that live out in the county. This is Scott County, Virginia, if I hadn't said that already. But this is it's a beautiful area. And this is another company I'm not familiar with. And then we're coming up on what is called Komatsu. They're a heavy equipment manufacturer, and this division specializes in mining equipment. Mining is big here. A lot of coal mines nearby, if not here, but nearby in Ohio and areas around here. Still mined. This is the Komatsu factory, where they produce mining equipment. Regardless of what they say in the media, people are still buying coal. Like I said, 8 trains a day go by full of coal. And this is the regional jail. Now, I had no idea what these little tent city was. I don't know, maybe something the county put together for all the people in the town or in the area to get something, water, It was hot today on this visit. Yeah, we're at the end of the road here. Private property, you got to turn around. Don't want to break the law, break the rules, or anything like that. So we're going to go check out the other big road here with more industry in the area. It's crazy. I am still just in disbelief as to where all this is. This is Virginia Wood Products, I think is the name of the company. Of course, they make wood products. Seems like they're making like little tiny houses and stuff like that too. And this they're coming up on their sawmill over here, I believe. A lot of hay. Now Duffield did not get impacted heavily from that storm in '77. They came off pretty much unscathed. In this area, I don't believe there was any loss of life in that storm, but in other areas like Gretna and there's a few other towns where there were several people killed by the storm. And straight ahead here is the Sealy warehouse, much smaller than the factory, but I guess that just handles the overflow for the time being. So I'm just, like I said, I was just in shock when I saw all this here. It was like, man, these people commute from everywhere around here. And this is on the other side of the bridge that we came across on. On the left is all Virginia Wood Products. They seem to be a very large employer here. I believe them and Sealy are two of the top 5 employers in Scott County. I think Komatsu's up there too, but I know they're top 10, but I don't think they're as big as the other two. And just on the other side of these factories is the town of Duffield. So as far as I can tell, Duffield gets no tax revenue, gets no money from having all this industry around them. All the tax revenues go to Scott County, which is bad for them. I mean, them meaning Duffield or Duffield. I haven't heard of what the proper pronunciation is, the Duffield or Duffield. If you live there or you know, let me know in the comments. This is a medical complex. This is a local doctor's office, clinics, and everything else. Couldn't identify this building straight ahead. Looks like it's closed because this is about, I want to say about 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. You'd think if it was a medical center, there'd be some activity there. But I think now it's just a big turnaround spot. Now here on the right, that's the Regional Development Office. Huge building, especially for out here. Shocked to see that one. And we're coming up that hill. There is the Daniel Boone Interpretive Center, part of the Virginia State Park System. Great little facility telling you about. This is the area that Daniel Boone was big in. Off to the left, down a few miles, is the Cumberland Gap. And we'll get a better shot of the center here. So I have dug through the historical stuff to see where the people went. And I don't know, there's a neighborhood that we didn't go through, but it looks like that's where they landed, outside of Duffield, because the Duffield sewer system wasn't big enough, apparently. I did find that. Straight ahead is Duffield Town Hall. Every town has a town hall. Now these two towns, I don't know how long they're going to be able to maintain their status. There's rules on what is a town in Virginia. You can read about that in the description. Have to be over 1,000 people. And I know in Clinchport, nobody's been on the ballot for 2 election cycles, and that's the trigger right there that the General Assembly will probably vote in the next year or two to eliminate Clinchport as a incorporated town, and they will be absorbed by Scott County. Now we're going to go for someplace completely different. What has been described as the 8th wonder of the world. We're going to go straight across here to Natural Tunnel State Park. This is the approach. We're going to go high speed here because y'all have seen this before. Beautiful scenery. If you guys don't like this, comment, let me know. I will do these in normal speed, but I don't think people want to sit through an hour-long video or 45-minute long video, whatever it takes to do this. But if y'all say, hey, do that, I'll do it. We are now technically over Natural Tunnel. We just wanted to go and see what that was. If we could, well, one thing was I wanted to see if their tracks were on the other side, so I enlisted my son as the driver. We had business in Kentucky. That's how we ended up way out here. And there's trail crossings. It's a nice little park. I don't know how many visitors they get in a year, but talking to a couple of rangers, they said it's fairly busy constantly. They do a Christmas light thing in the area for the tunnel and for the chairlift down. They have a chairlift. It's a pretty steep trail. I walked it down, but I cheated and took the chairlift up. It's $4 one way, $5 round trip. If you walk down, I'd highly recommend paying the $4 for the trip back up. My son toughed it out and he hiked it up. He was beat when he got to the top. As you can see, just beautiful scenery here. So if any of you have been to Natural Bridge, Virginia, it's just a smaller, less cool version of this. This tunnel is 900 and something feet long. Has a train that runs through it daily. Like I told you, the Clinchport, those 8 trains a day go through this tunnel every day. And it's an active railroad, and it's pretty cool. I didn't know about this until I was looking around the area, and we decided that we are here. We're going to go take a look at it and go down and see it for ourselves. So here we are at the bottom. There's the cave, there's the tunnel, there's the tunnel. One is a man-made tunnel, the smaller of the two. There's the main tunnel. It's big and it's dark. I couldn't get my lens right to see in there. And you can't go walking in there. That's one thing. That's a thing you can only do one day a year. And I believe it's next Saturday, which is July 12th. Might be the 19th, but I'm pretty sure it's July 12th. Just breathtaking how massive this whole thing is. So there you go, looking down into it. It's about 1,000 feet long to the other end. This is the chairlift back up, the $4 chairlift ride up, worth every penny of it. Like I said, my son trudged up. There you can see him trudging up. I will beat him to the top. The trail's about a quarter mile, but it's a pretty steep trail. I'm old and lazy. I didn't take it, so it takes about a 2-minute ride up. I don't think we take the whole 2 minutes here. The camera lighting sucks because you're in shade 1 minute and then staring at the sun the next minute. So we're pretty much over the tunnel now, over the man-made tunnel. And here's where we flatten out and go to the top. Like I said, it's about a 2-minute ride. Hope you enjoyed the scenery around here. It's pretty cool. And like I said, the chairlift is $5 round trip or $4 one way. And I'm guessing that $4 one way is normally up. And it's worth it, but you got to buy it before you go down. They might sell it. Then you might be able to make a deal with them. I don't know how that works. I didn't ask. Little observation platform. Not the fastest chairlift in the world, but I don't think it has to be. This is another one of Virginia's great state parks. If you're in this area just passing through, I recommend stopping by. I think our whole visit took maybe 45 minutes or so. So you can take a quick look at the tunnel and enjoy it. And there's rangers ready to help me off. I don't know why they did that, but so if you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.